Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director, David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, a new park will break ground later this year to honor those who made an impact in our community, and free COVID-19 testing is taking place across the valley. Here to discuss these topics and a whole lot more is the councilman who represents Ward 5. You know who it is, Mr. Cedric Crear. Welcome back to the show.
Hello, Mr. Riggleman. Thank you for having me.
We are socially distanced, if you couldn't already tell, because COVID is still here amongst us. But
it is here.
We're doing the best we can and making some progress.
We are making some progress. I just looked at the numbers. We're going down as of last week, and I think we're making a positive step with the help of the entire community. It takes everyone to be social distance, to wear masks, to wash their hands, and to be very cognizant of.
Just be smart.
Just be smart.
Let's get this behind us.
I agree, because it could hit anybody.
Exactly, as we've seen.
We've seen, and people who have taken precautions have gotten it. And so, look, it's real. I know there's a lot of discussion about is fabricated or not. I personally think that COVID is real.
Well, your family suffered loss.
Well, look, we had an aunt that passed away. My wife's sister caught it, and her son caught it, and his son caught it. He has a baby son, so all three of them caught it, and God bless that they got through it. But my sister-in-law was in the hospital for a couple of weeks, and she just got out.
It's been, it is real, and those who've certainly suffered through it can tell you that.
Yes, yes. People that suffered through it tell you, take this seriously. I just saw The Rock got it, and he says, take it seriously.
Exactly.
And so it doesn't discriminate.
No, it certainly doesn't. And you know, it's everywhere. So we got to do our part. And like you say, Councilman, if we're smart, take those steps. Eventually, this is going to be.
It will be. It will be. It will be at some point. We just got to get through it, and it's tough. It's tough on everybody.
It is. Sure is. Sure is. No question about it. Well, let's talk a little bit about Ward 5. A lot going on there. If you're not familiar with Ward 5, Councilman knows it very well. It's where he grew up. It's what the area he represents. But we're going to show you, if it's not exactly familiar on your radar, it's that area with the big 5 on it, appropriately enough. Encompasses our downtown, but it extends all the way out to the northwest as well. Kind of runs along the north and east side of US 95. But if you live in that area or work in that area, then you are actually in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And of course, if you're a resident, you are represented by Mr. Cedric Crear, who's been on the council 3 years now?
Going on 3. Yeah, so I was on Planning Commission for 2, City Council now 2.5, give or take. So I'm an old vet of City Hall.
All of a sudden, you know, you're not the new guy anymore. You know?
Time flies. And, you know, it's amazing that time flies, and you look at how much we've accomplished in a very short period of time. Normally, things don't happen, and you always joke that we're moving at government lightning speed, and we are on a lot of things, and it's been great. You know, when you're surrounded by smart, innovative, proactive people, then good things come out of it.
And things are moving forward, definitely. One of the things that's moving forward, we're very proud of, something that you had tweeted about. You said, this is going to be a beautiful park and an amazing tribute to all those who've made our community wonderful. And of course, what we're talking about is West Side Legacy Park. This is going to be a location where those who've kind of set the tone and forged the path for the rest of the community are going to be remembered, right?
It will be. We've had a lot of champions throughout the course of our historic West Side community that have come in. Many that we know, and then many that we don't know. And so the purpose of this park is to highlight those persons that have made in a huge impact within the historic West Side community. And it'll range from pastors to teachers to, you know, I see anybody from just a person who was maybe was a guest room attendant at one of the hotels that made an impact in our community. And so we've had so many we know, like I said, so many we don't. Applications are due on the 30th. You can go online to www.lasvegasnevada.gov/Ward 5, and you'll see more about the park and where the applications are due. We have gotten so far, I guess applications have been live for about 2 weeks. We've gotten a lot of people who have responded back, and so we have a small committee that is made up of some community leaders that will make an evaluation and make a recommendation to myself and to Commissioner Weekly, because this is a partnership with the county. And Commissioner Weekly and I came together, and he had a concept, a thought, and I loved it and thought we could make it happen. And so this shows what can happen when you know, our communities come together. We cross the lines of county, city, or whatever, and do what's best for our community. This is a great project.
It's exciting. The Ward 5 communities come together for projects of similar nature in the past, but nothing to this magnitude. This is a big, big project.
It is, and it's a big project, and it's going to be a beautiful project too. The initial renditions of it, which we'll show to the public, we're going to have some community meetings, which will go out starting this month, and probably there'll be online meetings, and there'll maybe we'll take in some people who are able to come in. But we'll release the renditions to the public, we'll get some feedback, and hope to break ground by the end of this year.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. And again, if there's somebody out there who you think would be a wonderful person to be remembered, a legacy leader, need to hear from you by the end of the month.
By the end of the month.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we're looking for applications, and it's just going to be great. I'm really, really excited and proud of where this is going. And kudos to our team, our public works team, and our design and construction team. They have come up with some wonderful renditions of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Very, very happy with them. And also thank you to the county as well.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. And you saw the video of the location where it's going to be. It's perfect, because right now there's really no green space there.
Yeah.
It's just a dirt lot over kind of near Enterprise Park.
It is. Yes, it's right near Enterprise Park, and it's right behind the Starbucks and the El Pollo Loco that's there, and it's between Bolden Area Command, the FBI building, the Urban Chamber of Commerce is there, the fire station's there. And so we've created this Enterprise Park where businesses come in that are able to highlight within the community. But there's no place to sort of congregate or sit, to have a cup of coffee, to have your lunch, or just get out of your office and take a little walkabout into a nice setting.
Exactly.
This will help with that as well. So it's a combination of honoring our legacy, but also providing some green space within Enterprise Park. And I could see, an officer talking to a member of the community, or a firefighter talking to an officer, or an FBI agent talking to somebody from the Urban Chamber of Commerce, and it'll be combustion. It'll be sticky, as we call it. And who knows what's going to come out of it.
I'm looking
it'll
forward
be good
to
stuff.
it. It's breaking ground later in the year. And again, I got to remind everybody again, if you have got someone in mind who would be a wonderful legacy leader to be remembered as part of this park, got to get that application.
Yes, please do.
Please do. It's going to be on the city's website, Ward 5 page. The application is there. Councilman, you had also tweeted, this is, we talked about COVID, but you retweeted a tweet from the city that said, stop, swab, and go. 3 drive-through sites are open until September 18th. The exciting thing about these sites is they are free. Texas Station, Sam Boyd Stadium, and then the Fiesta Henderson are the 3 locations. Just for this stop, swab, and go. Of course, there are many other locations around the valley as well. Yeah,
and the good thing is, like you said, it's free, it's accessible, they're easy to make an appointment to come in. I do believe they take walk-ins as well. You would want to have an appointment. I think is the best way to get in quicker and easier. It's my understanding that the appointments, the tests take about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so you aren't burdened, you aren't waiting around for 4 or 5 hours. We've done a great job of working with the county, once again, UMC, the health district, in order to get this testing into the community. It's so vitally important that we get as many people tested as possible, that we can do some contact tracing if people have been contracted with the pandemic. And so we'll know where that came from. And it's just important that we get more tests out. We're going to also do some pop-ups within our community.
That's right.
In Ward 5.
Right, that's right.
And we're working on finalizing some locations as well as the dates of that. But soon, very, very soon, we'll be in the community at your local community center or church, where you can, do a testing for a day. So we'll get that information out as soon as we have it.
Our emergency manager, Carolyn Levering, is working on that to make it happen. If you're a little bit overwhelmed about all the places where you can go to get tested, because there are many right now, Cashman Center is one. Of course, we just mentioned the Stop, Swab, and Go program as well. You can go on UMC's website, University Medical Center's website, or the Southern Nevada Health District website, and there's a link there that shows you all of the locations, how you can make an appointment, also which ones are free, which ones there might be your insurance would be needed, whatever it might be. But again, as easy as going to those websites, and as Councilman said, probably best to make an appointment, because you'll get in and out. Those who have, you're in and out of there literally in just a few minutes. If you walk up, it may be a little while before they can get to you.
I think it's important to recognize that we offer testing. And I have a friend that lives in Germany, and she was saying that they can't get testing. They have a tough time getting testing. So I applaud our leaders.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I applaud our leaders who have gotten testing out in the community, especially here in Nevada, that have gotten an abundance of opportunities to go get tested. And if you feel that you want to get tested again, or you're going someplace, and I urge you to do it.
Yeah.
It's here, it's readily available, and it's accessible.
Exactly, and like we said, many of the programs absolutely free. That Stop, Swab, and Go is through September 18th, so it's not indefinite. But again, it is absolutely free if you want to get tested.
It is.
So, good stuff.
So take advantage of it.
Yep. So speaking of COVID-19, hey, everybody is back to school, kinda, at least through distance learning, and it's been a challenge for students, parents, everybody. You retweeted this, Councilman. This is a message from the Library District. You said the Library District offers hundreds of free learning tools, online resources to assist kids and teens in grades K through 12 with their distance learning needs. And I'll tell you, been a lot. People have had trouble getting onto the computers. They've had trouble even just trying to do their lessons, or even getting the resources they need to be able to do their lessons. So this is some file video of the library. The point here is that the libraries across the valley are there to help you if you're trying to get back into school virtually.
Yeah, and I think it's important that the libraries are situated throughout the area. And so there's usually a library that's close by you someplace. We have used them for resources, everything from Wi-Fi to assisting with homework resources, before and after school care. There's a lot of things that the library offers, and I want to applaud them for their continued offerings that they give our community. They are a blessing to our community, and right now, even more so, they're there. And the city of Las Vegas is also doing its part. And we have a number of our Smart Start programs that are out in the community that are doing things. We're doing our best to provide avenues and resources for citizens during this tough time.
Councilman, it's interesting. For my generation, the library was a place you just knew to go to, because that was what you did. That was the place for all the resources, books. If you were trying to research anything, that was where you went.
Yeah.
The younger generations, though, the library may not be as familiar to them, because you can find most of this on your phone or online.
Yeah.
But the libraries are still so viable because of all the resources they bring besides just books.
They do. My wife was on a library board for a number of years. She was chair of the foundation board. And so I've spent a lot of time with libraries over the course of my time. And they have evolved, though, from the Dewey Decimal System to going to written videos and accessing internet. And that's a huge component of it. A lot of people don't have access to Wi-Fi or the internet, so they use it as their way to go. As their internet provider, and they go and get the resources, pay their bills, and then all the other activities they do from the arts that they provide, number of concerts, number of resources, it's a centralized area to have meetings, and so they play probably the same role, but different, much different, in a more advanced, technologically advanced society that we're in. And they've evolved over the course of time as well, but it is different.
Great message, Councilman. If you're stuck, especially if you got a student trying to navigate this whole distance learning aspect, library is a great resource.
Library is a great resource.
So, of course, the city, too, will help you as best we can.
And also just with, too, in the time of the pandemic, and a lot of people are looking for work. In our library over in the historic West Side, there's one stop that's there.
We saw that on the sign.
Connections. So if you're looking to try to find a career change, or try to help with maybe access to a resource to DETR, then that's a good spot as well within the libraries.
If you're not familiar, One Stop is a job finding location within the libraries to help you connect with job openings in the community. So if you're looking for work, and a lot of people are, or soon will be, it's an opportunity to connect with it's
interesting. A lot of people are out of work, no doubt about it, unfortunately. But then there are a lot of people who are still hiring. And so if you are looking to make a career change or to try to find some work, then that's a good place to go. Hence, One Stop.
In your library, exactly. And Councilman, then you tweeted this, I loved it, wear a mask, save a life. Now, you have been a real, almost like devotee of masks. This is your battle-born mask, very stylish, very nice. But I think you have like a collection of like hundreds of masks?
We have a lot, Well, the thing is that one, they say that you should wear a mask and you should wash them.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's important to not wear the same mask for weeks and weeks and weeks on end.
Very important.
So we wash them. So we change. In my house, we change them out just about every day. You wear a new mask.
That's good.
And
That's
we come in,
very good.
Yeah, we come in. We put the mask in the laundry room and it gets washed. And so we have a stacks of all types of masks. And then you figure that, look, if we got to wear masks, might as well make it a little fun. And so we've got different colors. I've gotten masks from soccer teams from around the world.
Yeah.
I've got my USA mask. I've got our custom masks that we created when masks first came out.
The
Crear mask. But we made those for the fact that we had a lot of seniors in the community that didn't have masks. And so we went and got some masks created. We handed them out to our community, hundreds and hundreds of masks to our community, which has been very well received. And but then we said, look, we just can't walk around with such a Crear mask, so we got some Nevada masks.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think I've ever seen you wear the same mask twice. I don't believe I have.
Yeah,
so
I've got
that's
some
pretty
masks
cool.
for my fraternity. And my Alpha fraternity. I just look. Let's try to have some fun with it, and let's try to make it where it's not unbearable. And let's do our best to try to enjoy the process that we're in, and this is one way to do it.
As I recall, too, you ended up in a promo on BET, Black Entertainment Network, where you were in your mask.
Yeah, I was in my mask. I had the N95 mask that I had on, and so it's tough. Nobody wants to wear the mask. But it's vitally important that we do. And so why not make the most of it and try to enjoy it? Yes, the other day at our last council meeting, I had a flowery mask on. And then, one question I got to ask you, are there such things as female mask and male mask? Can I wore one that was like a bright colored flowery at our last council meeting. A lot of people said, God, I love your mask. A lot of females said that. A lot of guys then probably looked at me and said,
where's that battle boy mask?
That's not man enough. You need to get your manly mask.
Get my man on here. So. But Councilman, it's funny. You were talking about how in Germany, hard to get tests.
Yeah.
We've really stepped up here. Same with the mask. I remember when this all first started, having enough masks, where to get masks. Everybody was concerned about that. Now we've got an abundance supply.
Yeah, no doubt.
So.
And now they have the little slits that you can put the filters inside of them, which is supposed to work. We ordered a bunch of filters, and some of the masks have the cutouts. You can put the filters in. We have, in a very, very, very short period of time, we've made a lot of advances.
Sure have.
In which these advances might be with us for the rest of our lives, right? As we move into other pandemics that let's hope don't happen, but may happen, we'll be ready and prepared, and we're able to respond a lot more quicker and faster than we did the first time. Because I think this hit everybody out of left field.
Yeah, sure did.
It is just something. And I don't think anybody, if you had to take a bet, if in September or October we'd still be talking about COVID, then I don't think anybody would.
I know.
We would have lost a lot of money if we had to make a bet on that.
I know. So wear your mask. Let's get this over with.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Wear a mask. Get it over with. The quicker we can do that, the better off we're going to be. And bars can get open, and things can happen, and we can get back to our city. Get back to normal.
Speaking of getting back to normal, happy to say that the Grits Cafe is had a grand reopening, and a couple of them through this pandemic. Everybody's struggling to keep their businesses going, and this is kind of a mainstay there in Ward 5. There's the location right there, and Stella Lake and Mount Moriah. It's right in the heart of everything, and good to have them back.
Yeah, it is great. A lot of businesses, and I heard this from some of our casino operators in downtown as well, they've taken the time of the closures to do some needed rehabilitation and renovations of their facilities. And so instead of them closing off sections of a time, they were able to go in and really make some improvements. This is one of those cases.
Nice. Wow.
And what Trina, who owns it, really opened it up. She made it a lot brighter. It looks great. The tables aren't on top of each other. The food is still outstanding. That didn't change, which is great. And so she had an opening. We're very happy to have her back in the community, because it is a staple of the community. People go there every day to get breakfast and lunch, and it's always good.
And we want our small businesses to survive this. Many businesses are not going to come out on the other side of COVID-19, and we've already seen that. So we want these small businesses like Grits Cafe to be around for many years to come. And
we do.
Fingers crossed that
Yeah.
Help your small businesses. Go be sure to support them when you can.
Yeah, I agree. And even through this time of takeout and pickup, still make sure that you look at your smaller neighborhood businesses because they need help.
Yeah.
And
Sure
the big businesses need help as well because we need to keep people employed. And if revenues are down, they aren't going to hire as many people. So it's all the cyclical effect. Yet we know that every dollar makes a big difference with our small businesses.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And Councilman, speaking of which, we're so happy when businesses actually open during the situation we're having right now. You've got a new 7-Eleven at MLK in Washington. This took place back on July 29th. Now, granted, we generally don't ballyhoo a convenience store opening that much, but during COVID we do because so many businesses are going the other way. We're just proud to see that this one is opening and going to be able to serve the community.
I agree. And the great thing about that particular property is that it's a long history of being a vacant parcel. Bank of America came in years ago and built a temporary, well, it was supposed to be a temporary structure, but it lasted for 20 years. And then they went across the street and built a nice facility. So this particular 7-Eleven is a beautiful 7-Eleven on top of it. The owners of it, Tanvir and his wife, this is the first time they've opened up any gone into any type of convenience store. 7-Eleven. They said 7-Eleven organization was great. They helped them along the way. So here you are taking someone that is talked about it in their living room one night and said, maybe we should open up a 7-Eleven, to actually doing it. And so I applaud them for having the guts to go out and do this. And they really built a beautiful facility on the outside and on the inside.
Yeah, well, good luck to them.
And that's something that we're really looking to do. If you're going to come into our ward, then I don't care if you can put it in downtown Summerlin or put it in Anthem or some other place, then come over in our ward.
Yeah.
If you can't put it over there, and if you don't feel as though it meets your quality standards, then don't think about coming here.
Yeah.
The days of just putting up anything are long gone in our community. And this is a prime example of that. Yeah, it really is. An inside and outside is great.
Yeah, first-rate looking store there.
Yeah.
And congratulations to them.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
To kick off first location and to do it during a pandemic. So I'm going to wish them nothing but the best. So
it's great.
Yeah, and good luck to them. And then, Councilman, we want to let everybody know we've got a community forum coming up next month that you're going to be heading up.
Yep.
Done these in the past, but of course they've been in person, but not going to happen that way this year most likely. So we're going to do it virtually, right?
Yeah, so we'll do virtually, but we'll also allow some people to come in. We're going to do it in the city chambers this year, a little bit bigger space. So we'll be able to get about 60 people who will be able to socially distance and be a part of it live. So you need to register for that so we'll know how many people we have. But then if you can't make it, it'll be streamed here on KCLV.
Yeah.
Thank you to you and the team for coming out and putting it together. We'll have a live broadcast. It'll be streamed. You can come. And another cool thing about it is that it'll be an archive, so you can always go back and pull it up if you missed it on that particular day. And we're going to have our community forum. This is the third year that we're doing it. Every year that I've been in office, we have done this, and this is our coming out to the community to let you know what we've been doing and let you know what progress we've made from the last time that we've met. We'll have representatives from the different departments there again, from economic urban development to operation maintenance to social youth and innovation. We'll have a representative from Metro there and our marshals that'll be there to talk about public safety, our fire, public safety as well. And it's just a great resource to come out and see what we're doing, what progress we're making, and where we're going with the community.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Talk about if you want to get an update on what's going on, Legacy Park, whatever it might be, 100 Plan, this is a great place to find that information. Councilman and others will be there, answer your questions. And again, doing it a little differently this year. We're going to be virtual as well as in person. But it's October 22nd from 6 to 8.
Yes.
So we hope you take part.
And I have I have high expectations that it's going to be another wonderful event.
Yeah.
We've always been open to the community. I say this all the time, is that we just want information out, let people know what's going on, and we want your support. Hopefully we can garner it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then, Councilman, we're running short on time here, but I want to make sure we get a word in about the census. Time is running out on the census.
Time is running out. We still need everybody to get counted. It takes about 10 minutes. You fill it out. And also remember that there is, you won't be arrested. No one's looking at who you are if you don't have status. If you're in the household, fill it out. Every dollar makes a huge difference in our community, whether it's parks and rec, schools, public spaces. it all comes down to, and we need those federal funding.
Surely do. And we should tell everyone that the census information is sealed for 72 years. So you put something in there, nobody's going to be looking at it for quite a while. So don't worry about that.
Yeah,
So.
come on, please fill it out if you haven't done it already.
All right, Councilman, great job.
Thank you.
Say we're running out of time here, but we want to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilman Crear, you can find him on Facebook and Twitter. He's also pretty active on Instagram as well, as you'll see. You can also contact him just by picking up the phone, 702-229-6405, or you can send him an email. His address is ccrear@lasvegasnevada.gov, and he or one of his great staff will get right back to you. So, well, Councilman, great job. We'll see you back here in 6 weeks with another update from Ward 5. And it'll be here before we know it. It always is.
Yes, it will be. Time flies. My goodness.
All right. Well,
thank you very much.
Thank you. Stay safe, and same to your family. And don't miss our next show beginning on September 17th with Ward 6 Councilwoman Michelle Fiore. You can catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire now. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around. Please stay safe out there.